Hello again. Lovely day. No wind blocker, hopefully. Off to Dawlish. Might be see a steam train. Smashing. Bet that sounds better with the wind blocker off. Still doing the roof, but never mind, because this one's mine. Right, let's go to Dawlish. Oh look, the wave walker. Wonder if that's coming back to Teignmouth or not. We'll have to see about that later. Here we go, is Rufus still up there? Happy train anyway to say hi to Rufus. Salty dog. Here we are, Dawlish, spooky. Green Tavern still not ready. There's the golf, still there at the moment. Looks very quiet though. Once we've gone to Dawlish station, I'll tell you what we plan to do today. Lovely. Crossover. So, what are we doing in Dawlish today? Well, I've got just over an hour to spare between Mum's needs, so to speak. So I found myself 6 or 7 pictures on Facebook, randomly, plotted them out into a loop, and we're going to line them up back to the station, hopefully for a steam train, then jump on the next train after the steam train, which is my train home. Ideal. Anyway, that's the plans. There we are. And for our first photograph, we need to go underneath the viaduct and up the other side. This is the underneath part, and just over there is the up the other side. Here we go, picture number 1. Now, no dates with these pictures, I'm afraid. Like I say, just 6 of them I pulled off, but has it changed much? What do you think? Anyway, there we are. That's picture number 1 of about 6 or 7. Smashing. Let's move on. Here we go, picture number 2. New wall not included. There we are. Lovely. That's the bathing thing, I think it was on the beach, if I believe correctly. Shame I haven't got Andy with me, so he'd know. But there we go. That was here. This is it today. Lovely. Onwards towards Teignmouth now for the next photos. And there's that train spotting dog from last time in the same place, looking through the fence, waiting for the trains. Lovely. Good boy. And a lovely warm day with relatively no breeze. Beautiful. Ideal. Now where those people are up there, there we are, zoom out. That's kind of where I wanted to go for my next photo, but it involves crossing across the tracks and going up there. So I'm going to jump ahead in my little planned order of things and go around to Coryton Cove. Kenaway Tunnel with the peak numbers on the side there, and Boat Cove. Well, that was a little shop there, so I had to cut it short as I realised there's a bloke sat in his own personal beach hut just enjoying his own personal space. And then I am coming along and filming him. That's no good. No good at all. Here we are, Coryton Cove, for my next photo. Just try and get it lined up a bit. In fact, I won't bother. I'll just do it right here because you'll be able to recognise it. Here we go, Coryton Cove. Lovely. So recognisable, yet so different. Of course, you've got the Cove Cafe, just over there. And I'm pleased to announce that the first time since I've been doing these videos over here in Dawlish, in the last 5 years basically, this is actually open today. It's always been closed off to me, always. So we walk up here, and indeed, why not? This is actually another location for a photo, believe it or not. Although unrecognisable now with all the growth, you still sort of make out the shape of that cliff there, and imagine that I'm down above the beach huts. Anyway, here we go. Smashing. Like I say, totally different looking now, but pretty sure this is the same place. And just up ahead here, where the barrier is against the fence, this is where the little rock fall took place that closed it off again recently. This is where we couldn't come through last time. Now we can. Another set of steps to lead me even higher. But I'm going to save that for another day when I've got Andy with me. She's got lots of history about this place up here. Nice little shelter bit you walk through. And look at the view. There we are. Which brings us on nicely to our next picture. Here we go, steam train. Bit of a cheat. I'll promise you one later in the video. But there's one in the meantime. I think it's a steam train anyway from memory. Going along the Seawall at Dawlish. And here it is today. Smashing. Loads of people have carved their names into the rock over there. Took some work. And we find ourselves making our way back down towards the bridge and the opposite side of the seawall to walk past the spooky house. And why not? Is the ambulance in case anyone gets too scared walking past the spooky house? Possibly. Standing by. Understandable. Diddly-dum, 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 diddly-dum. It's creepy and it's spooky. It's all together ooky. The first seaside holidays. Andy made a point about the couple in this shot there. There we are. They appear in lots of different ones. And whether or not it's actually a husband and wife that happen to be doing that, or whether or not it's like a couple of the equivalent of some models of the day that went and had their photos taken for various different publicity pictures. There we go, Marine Tavern. Still underway. Here we go, the golf course all closed up. And although it looks like they're planting, I've got a funny feeling they're taking the plants back up. If it's all going to be pulled down. Anyway, here's a picture of it when it's a pitch and putt. There we are, same Dawlish sign. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. And on to Tuck's plot. No sign of any signets at the moment. That's okay. We'll manage. We'll manage. Maybe they're a bit further up. We'll have to go see. Here they are, just the other side of the bridge. I'll go down closer, see if they want a little bit of food. By the time I got here, all but one had disappeared. Never mind, he gets bonus, doesn't he? He gets bonus. Yes. Better go and see if I can get some to the other ones. There's Bert and Kimber, the others must be under the bridge still. I managed to get a little bit to them. Bert and Kimber don't seem particularly interested in the food at the moment, they must be well fed. A little bit more and finish off the bag then. There we go. Right, signets fed. Smashing. Now last time I was in Dawlish, I stood on the bridge there, showed you some pictures sent in by Steve from Basingstoke that he took a couple of years ago. Anyway, he's down here for the air show and he was here on Friday. Here's 4 more he took last Friday. So thanks for that, Steve, much appreciated. That's your pics from last Friday. Lovely. As we can see, the shelter still yet to be moved. And I realise now I should have kept a little bit of that food back in case I see any call ducks. But chances are I'll see loads of them. Look at the size of the piles of earth they've been digging out. There's a dumper truck there, and the pile of earth next to it, higher than the dumper truck. Crazy. Oh, a lovely little set of them all up here. That's the older black swans, some of which have been brought in, as we know, along with the geese. And for those of you keeping track, yes, that was a flagpole that was being installed over there, because it's now a flagpole showing the Seaside Award 2025 flag. Yeah, Seaside, maybe perhaps not the lawn and town bit. Well, I've got a quarter of an hour now to get back down to the station before Braunton's due to come past. There's the carved stump of the tree, looking resplendent. Lovely. Got last but one shot in my sequence to do. It's from back down there looking up, back when this was a garage over here. Anyway, I'll try and line up as best I can. Here we go along here, hard to line up exactly as it's changed so much. But there we are, when there was a garage. Isn't that lovely? Smashing. Right, back to the station now. Catch the steam train. Does look nice, doesn't it, the station outside its coat of paint. Certainly spruced it up. Much better, especially with the scaffolding gone as well. And into the Rockfall tunnel. Just make out a toot. And the last of our pics. As we know from previous trips over with Andy, there used to be a signal box over there. We did a big feature on it once. Anyway, here's a picture of a train. Lovely. There we are, lovely steam train with the old signal box. Smashing. If I remember, I'll link that video where we talk about the signal box in detail up above at the moment. Anyway, there we go. Now it's time to wait for my train. Get back to Teignmouth. Fast train now approaching. And indeed, as the announcement suggested, it did not stop here. Repeat, it did not stop here. Oh yes.
Customers are reminded to mind the gap between the train and platform edge when boarding.
Great Western Railway operates.
And I'm back down this end again. The steam train delayed my train by about 10 and a bit minutes. So I'm just having to stand here and amuse myself. it's going to be mine. Obviously you don't want to pick me up. Oh, we haven't been delayed. At least we're making it to Teignmouth. There's Tuck's plot. The Golf. Benheim. Marine Tavern. Spooky House. Under the bridge and into Kenaway Tunnel. Plenty of space in the train. Could go ballroom dancing if I want to. Lovely. Here we go. See you tomorrow, buddy. Toot toot. There we go, Dawlish check-in. Very nice. Lots of old pictures, some more recent ones from Steve, and we saw the trains. Lovely. And also off camera, I met Darren, who submits a lot of photos for me to the channel, so lovely to see him. Didn't film though, but all good. Anyway, take care, see you tomorrow, bye.